Every chief in the kingdom liked football a lot. But the Raiders, who lived west of the kingdom, did not. Derek Carr hated football the whole football season. Please don't ask why. No one quite knows the reason. It could be, perhaps, that his makeup gets runny, or that his best wide receiver looks a little bit funny. But I think the most likely reason of all is that he rarely gets W's when the calendar turns to winter from fall. But whatever the reason, mascara or daylight savings, he stood and watched the Chiefs and found quite the craving. Staring up in the standings with his sour dark eyes, at the fireworks exploding from Mahomes and the guys. And they're hanging their banners, he snarled and he sneered. How can they be happy? Why do their fans still cheer? And from Kansas City, Mahomes arose with a clatter. Hey, Derek Carr, what in the heck is the matter? The nerve of Mahomes to ask him this question. Doesn't he understand that this is his transgression? Well, little Patrick, I'll fill you in as to why. It all started with Alex, and now with you guys. All I want for Christmas is a win against the Chiefs. But I'm 2-14 against you, and my team thinks I stink. Mahomes was sad for Derek, but he thought, what the hell? So he told Derek for Christmas he would treat him quite swell. But it was not a trophy or a victory he'd deliver. It was something much more familiar to make Derek's lip quiver. As Derek stood on the field with tears in his eyes, Mahomes walked right beside him, holding a surprise. I know you hate football, even when you practice in shells. So for Christmas, to end your season early, we got you an L.
Okay. Welcome, everybody, to the next episode of Chiefs Focus First and 10. I can't help but laugh. You were here with JP and Caleb on a badass Sunday after a smoking win against the Raiders, after they stood in the middle of our field thinking they were doing something smart, and it killed them. What do you think, brother?
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. That was a crazy game. But JP, my question for you is, are you okay over there? I know you live in Vegas, so I don't recommend going outside your house with your Chiefs gear because they may come after you. But when I saw the Chiefs game in one of the scraps, I think Brandon found it and showed it to the group. But you had two Raiders fans that were doing the tomahawk chalk, and by the end of the game, they were wearing Chiefs gear. Yeah. So I think it's over for the Raiders.
Yeah, they're done. They're done. I put out a tweet. I think it was that I said that, I was going to go and stand at Arrowhead West with my Chiefs gear on. And then I thought maybe not. And then I put a little ambulance there because there's not enough Chiefs fans here, and I wouldn't have a lot of groups around me to, not that I don't have weapons, but I'm not going to go that route. But the whole point is that it would just be kind of comical to do, because I think they do, from what I understand, all my friends in the media say that they do, when they do away games, they do tailgate parties and they have a screen out there.
That wouldn't surprise me.
They show the game. So I can just imagine how long it lasted. It could have been over after
JP. JP, I'll be honest, it ended right after he fumbled the ball and Mike Hughes ran in for the touchdown. I'm not gonna lie. That game ended for them at that moment. It was like, how do I say this, man? It was like playing Madden on all rookie mode. All rookie, where you could completely just destroy them. I mean, I'm gonna say this, man, and look, Mike Hughes, Brett Veach, I tweeted this, friendly reminder. Brett Veach traded a 7th-round pick for Mike Hughes from the Vikings this offseason, and he had a touchdown, multiple forced fumbles. I think he had 2 on the day.
Yeah, 3, I think.
Crazy amount of tackles.
Yeah.
My goodness. Bro, I'm telling you right now, this cornerback group is top 10, and this is what after Snead. And prayers out to him and his family. That crazy story, his brother got killed. We pray that Snead is okay and everything and come back when he's ready, because there's no reason to rush him back at all, because this is something he needs to deal with. This is more than football. So our hearts go out to him and his family, because that's something crazy.
Yeah,
but
that's sad.
Whenever we're talking about the Chiefs, bro, we got a top 10 defense. Bro, 9 points in 9 straight weeks we've given up. They are literally making these other teams look like nothing. Derek Carr was just destroyed.
And here, look.
Tyrann Mathieu, oh my goodness. dude, it was like nothing they could do would work. It was, and then they had the audacity to jump on the logo, and I was like, okay, it's war. It's war. And then next thing you know, fumble, touchdown. They got literally destroyed. And one thing that kind of showed it for me was right when the Chiefs scored 35 points in the first half. I think I've seen him do what one other time, and that was when the Chiefs played the 49ers, Mahomes' first year starting, his first game at Arrowhead. And I remember that so perfectly because they were just destroying them. But from what I saw from this game, they are just on a whole nother level, man. This defense, this offense, it looks like they finally have figured some stuff out. I mean, look, man, we just jumped to the third seed because the Ravens lost to the Browns. And the Ravens lost Lamar Jackson. He has some type of ankle injury. So I don't know how long it's going to be back for them. The Bills are tied with the Buccaneers. But the thing with that is that they're in the wild card position. So, I mean, the Chiefs are in a fantastic spot. We just have to keep winning. But this is all I have to say. I'll turn to you over, man. I'm sorry I'm talking a lot. But the eye is on the prize this Thursday night at Arrowhead West, the second one. Because we will be playing the Raiders, and we need to return the favor after what they did to us that week 3.
Yeah. We have an opportunity right now to get the number 1 seed. We've been saying it. And here's the thing. You know, it's funny because I've been saying this since really week 3, week 4, and everybody slammed the defense. And here, look. This defense took time. It takes time every year. And it's so funny because when you listen to Nate Burleson and other guys during the halftime report, I think it was Boomer asked, or Phil, it was Boomer. He asked, why does it take so long for Spags' defense to, catch on and be able to start becoming what they are? And it was the exact same thing we've been talking about. And I've said, for the whole entire season, it's because he throws so many schemes in and he has so many packages. And then you also add in new players. It takes time to adapt. And he throws this stuff in like it's like Andy does. And it takes time to adapt to that stuff. And when they gel and they learn the plays and they become more comfortable with each other, things turn around, things change.
Well, you know what, JP, do you know there was something you said at the beginning of the season that proved your point tremendously, and they finally listened to you. Do you know what that was?
What's that? I can't remember.
Chris Jones' experiment is over. He is better on the inside.
Yeah.
Better on the inside. Literally. Yeah. I understand what they were trying to do, but look, when you have someone like Melvin Ingram out there, it just makes it so much better.
Yeah. I mean, it was nice to see if he could do it. And I know he wanted to try, and I get that. He wanted it. He tried it a little bit in college and he was okay at it, but that's a different level. You have to, when you got a guy like Melvin that has played that position for as long as he's played it through college and then in the NFL, they have the upper hand because I don't know any other way of wording it. They know when to jump off the ball. They know the speed. They know the route.
Well, Frank Clark was timing those snaps perfectly till the end.
He really was.
And honestly, I thought he was early. A few of them been like, okay, well, they're not going to call it. Go ahead.
Well, the one they called on Melvin Ingram, I think they called one early on him tonight or today, offsides, and I don't believe he was. That ball was off of the ground when he jumped, and I don't believe that was early, but it is what it is. There was a couple of calls that, like the one against Travis Kelce, he was horse collared, but they didn't call that against him. That should have been defensive pass interference, or at least, a horse collar call, but they didn't call it. It is what it is. Who cares? It makes no difference when you win by, basically, 39 points. It doesn't really make a difference. It's very minimal at that point. What I didn't like was the fact that the one rule or the one call that I think bothered me the most was when on that last fumble recovery, when they called it dead, he was wide open. He could have ran it in.
Oh yeah.
He
on Armani Watts.
He stopped
the second to last year.
Yeah. I think he stopped at about the 4-yard line. Maybe. I don't even
He would have scored. That would have been touchdown.
That would have been a touchdown.
Touchdown.
And I don't even know.
Because Okafor leveled him. Okafor leveled Carr.
He did. And I don't know if, honestly, I don't I'd have to go back and look at the film, and I will, but I don't know if Armani ran completely into the end zone or if he stopped short.
Well, they blew it dead, so that means it didn't matter either way, I'm pretty sure, since they blew it dead.
Well, that's my point, but I think they should have at least, if he picked the ball up and say he ran it to the 4-yard line, okay, or the 8-yard line, or whatever yard line he ran it to when they called it, when he decided to stop after they called it dead, then they should have at least spotted the ball there.
I think that's fair.
I think that's a fair call, but they put it back where the play actually happened, where the fumble actually happened. And I don't think that was such a good call on their part. I think, and if he would have ran it into the end zone and they called it dead, that should have been a touchdown, in my opinion, because he scored a touchdown on the fumble. They called it dead. They had to review it. It was their mistake by calling it dead. It was a fumble. We challenged it. We won. It should have been, if he would have ran it in, that should have been a touchdown. And in my opinion, if he ran it to the 4-yard line and came to a halt because it was called dead, they should have spotted it at the 4-yard line.
And probably what they should do is just let plays play out, and just, if you're not supposed to do the whistle, that's probably what they should do. About will that happen? Probably not. But
no,
it is what it is.
No, they love that
Derek
whistle.
Carr,
it's like a 45. It's like a Colt 45 in their hand with that whistle. They just love to blow it. So, it is what it is. But it's okay. I mean, Derek Carr. Look, I'm not going to take anything away from the yardage he's put up this season because he's done very well. He threw for some yards today. Winthrow, look, I'm not going to take anything away from him. The kid is a walk-on. Okay. One thing I want to say is, as much as I don't like the Raiders, and I never have, going back to my days with hanging out with the Chiefs, and especially the Battery Day was, and if anybody doesn't know what the Battery Day was, is that the day that they decided to show up at Arrowhead and throw D-sized batteries at all of our players while I was standing on the field. But regardless, there's nothing different between the talent that's on the field right now, other than Waller. There's no difference on the field right now than what was on the field when John Gruden was there. He has John Gruden's playbook, basically, for the most part. He was there. He watched it happen. He knows what to do. He's been a special teams coach long enough to understand how to, number one, he understands time management. He understands how to call plays. He has an offensive coordinator. I don't believe it's anything other than the fact that they were a poser team at the beginning of the season and they got exposed. And we are playing lights out football to a point that no one is going to be able to stop us the way we're playing right now. No one.
And what I would add to that, JP, I'm echoing everything you said, because I think what you said was crazy. I mean, sorry, my bad. I'm going to say what you said was based on point. What I meant to say was what you basically meant about the defense is crazy. They're playing unbelievable. Yeah. They are literally, and I mean literally, not allowing teams to score. I have never seen a defense like this before. Literally just bully teams. The offensive line, man, our backups allowed for a 56-yard touchdown run for Derek Carr. People didn't want to listen to what I have to say. They even tried to say today, Derek Carr's not good, and I tweeted this.
Bullshit.
Derek Carr will be good down the stretch. And the thing is, we have CEH, Darrell Williams, and Derek Carr. Those guys are bruisers. CH maybe not so much, but these guys can catch out of the backfield and do everything. They are perfect for this offense. So what I'm trying to say in this sense is what the Chiefs have is able to help them push through, because what they've been able to do is continually fight and fight and fight. And yeah, did the beginning of the year start terrible? Yeah, it did. We're going to be honest with you. But it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Exactly.
And right now, the Chiefs are slowly but surely been moving up on the AFC